Alright, boys and girls, I think I low-key might have kind of wasted my first year selling on Amazon FBA in Canada. Real quick in the description, if you want to download resources I used for ungating when I started, including the invoices, the pictures of the products I used, and the categories and brands I ungated in the order I ungated them in. There's a link in the description that you could download all of that from if you want to have a one-on-one call with me and pick my brain and just get some advice or whatever from someone who's been doing this for about a year. Feel free to do that as well. There's a link in the bio. Let's get the video started. So I'm Canadian. I sell Amazon FBA in Canada, and it is December 2nd. I started last year in probably like November, but my first sale came last year, December. And throughout the year, I thought I was sourcing in such a smart way, but I realized after not seeing as much success throughout the year as I thought I would, or that I think others did, I now realize as I'm seeing a little bit more success and some decent success, I think I made a mistake for most of the year in how I was sourcing. And I know a lot of my sales now are because of Q4, which I get, but I don't know if what I'm about to say next is because of Q4 or because I've adjusted my game plan and I'm seeing success. So I wouldn't sell a lot of stuff throughout the year, and a lot of my listings, the price would go below my minimum, which would be 40% or even break even. And so I wasn't getting buy box because the minimums I had set for my repricer were lower than the price that it was selling for, or were higher than the price it was selling for. So most of my items, like, I wasn't getting buy box because the price I wanted to sell it at was higher than what it was. But when I would buy them, they would be at a decent price, and then they would go low. Now I'll make a separate video on how to avoid that, but I don't think I saw a lot of success this year, and I think I did shit compared to what I could have done and compared to what other people are probably doing. And the reason was because I focused heavily on one sourcing method that I thought could not fail, but now I see that I guess it could. And I think if I learned other methods or decided to do other methods, that I would have done better. And now I'm kind of switching my game plan so that I can do better. And let me just give you an example of how I know I'm doing better besides just the fact that it's Q4 and I'm selling a lot more. I'm selling a lot more products. So now I'm selling a pretty good amount on a bunch of different products, where before I would only sell a good amount on like a couple out of my whole catalog. And now I have a lot less products that the price is below my minimum. A lot more of my products pricing is staying, the buy box price is staying where I want it to stay. So I'm getting buy box more. And your featured offer, if you go on the app, if you go online, it says like featured offer percentage for your store, or I guess like I take it as like out of all the products you have, what's the percentage of the products that are in the buy box? So your featured offer percentage. Throughout the year, I would see like 3-4%, and I'd be like, I don't know, is that fine? I don't know, like whatever. Now in the past month or so, today I saw the most I've ever. I think they're like two days delayed from when you see it. So like right now it says like featured offer percentage 13%. So first it was like 3-4 all year. Then like a month ago I saw it go up to like 13, and I'm like, oh my god, this makes sense why I'm getting more sales, because more of my catalog is staying in the buy box. And today I saw it up 23-24%, and I'm like, holy shit, a lot, like 24% of my, I guess, ASINs, my catalog, is currently winning a buy box right now. And I don't know what's a good number, what's a bad number, but to me that's a great number compared to 3-4. So I think I'm buying and selling a lot better products now than I was. Now I'm trying to transition my whole thing into wholesale, which I low-key kind of am. Like I went throughout the whole year, all the ASINs I came up with, most of them were so shit that in November I just started wholesale, and now pretty much my whole catalog of shit that actually sells is only the wholesale stuff that I started in November. There's only like a handful, like maybe 5 to 10 items that I was selling pre my wholesale start as just like OA, RA, and now I'm actually buying them on a wholesale basis from distributors. But there's probably like 5 to 10 products out of the whole year that I still sell now. So you could see that a lot of the products I found throughout the year either did so shit right away and I never really sold them, or like they didn't stick around. And it's because of my sourcing method, I'm pretty sure. Now I do wholesale, so my sourcing methods aren't really the same. Like I don't really source for products the same as I used to. I'm looking for wholesales, distributors and suppliers to open accounts with, and then looking through their catalogs, which I like a lot better. I realized about myself that if you give me like a list of things to do and an end outcome, if I do them, I'm like a soldier. I'll do it. But when I have to like, I guess, think on my own on how to source things, I found them, but I guess that wasn't my style. I'm just good at taking orders, I guess. So the purpose of the video is pretty much just to share that, and to share that if you're not seeing success, switch up your methods. Now, I'll tell you what I was doing to not see success all year. I'll make a video on how to do this, because I do think this is a good thing to do as a part, as a component to your overall sourcing strategy. But I was doing this as my sole sourcing strategy, and I guess clearly it's not good. And what I would do is I would storefront stock. So I would find items that I was already selling, and I would find all the sellers that also sell that item, because I would assume that if I'm selling this item from Walmart, then everyone else who's selling this item from Walmart must also be selling other things that I could grab from Walmart or other stores. Like they must be selling things that I can attain myself. If we're sharing one product in common, their other products must be good. So I would solely like go through my catalog, and I'll show you how to do this on Keepa, but pretty much you can get an ASIN and you could see every other seller who sold that item in the past 6, 12, 3 months. And I would just look through those sellers' catalogs and buy the products that they were selling, assuming that, and my theory was that I'm fishing in a pond where there's all winners, because like I don't have to find a product and then see if it's good to be sold on Amazon, or if you can make a buck on it on Amazon, if it's worth it. If I'm only looking at products that are currently sold by other Amazon sellers, then I'm fishing in a pond of gold, because everything I come across is already being sold by other sellers, so it must be half decent at least. What I found was that a ton of these products were like American, so I think a lot of American sellers I was getting. And then when I would look at the sellers of products that I was selling, and then buy those new ones, and then look at the sellers of the new product I bought, since some of them were from American buyers, I was just like recycling and eating my own shit from, like, I would buy a product that wasn't that good, then I would see who's selling it and buy more products from them that weren't also that good, so I would compound my shitness over and over. Because some of the products I come across were decent, but some of them weren't. And I was trying to outsmart everyone. I hear a lot of people say, oh, you don't have to be smart to be Amazon. Like, a lot of dumb people make it, and a lot of, like, smarter people don't. And, like, I would consider myself pretty smart, you know? I went to school for engineering. Like, I like to try to think ahead, outsmart, like, the normal way of doing things. So my reasoning was, all right, let's just only look at products that are currently being sold by people on Amazon, because then I know they have to be worthy of being sold on Amazon, because they're already being sold on Amazon by people like me, people like you. And I got humbled in knowing that that's not how it was. I think if I could take things back, I would just do the old school sourcing, where people like go through websites and look at every product on a website, or go into a retail store. This is something that I know is lucrative, but I'm too lazy to do, is go through a retail store and shelf by shelf, like scan products or search products up on Amazon and see if they're worthy of being sold. I was always too lazy to do that, but I know for a fact you will catch a lot of winners doing that. And thinking about it now, a lot of good products I came across came from going on store websites and just one by one searching every product on that store and seeing if it's worthy of being sold on Amazon. So my advice would be to seller storefront stock as a small component of your sourcing, but don't think it's the end all be all. And going into stores shelf by shelf, I never did, but I would put so much money that you would find so many products like that. And also going through stores online to see if they're worthy of being sold on Amazon, I think would also be lucrative as well. I do think that going in store versus online would be more lucrative, because you're finding products that, one, a lot of products aren't all available on their websites and only in stores. Two, like, the prices are sometimes different in store versus website. In store, they're sometimes cheaper. People don't want to do that because they're lazy like me, so they're missing out on things that you won't. So if I had to give advice on how to source, that's what I would give. And now that I'm in wholesale, I don't really need to follow this advice as much, because I'm sourcing through a different type of method, different type of way I'm structuring my business, which I like way better, because I don't like going ASIN for ASIN for ASIN. I'd rather just open an account and try to see what they got from on that supplier list, on that product list that's good, and then reorder those things over and over. That's how I like to do it. I like to be more automated rather than searching for the ASINs. But yeah, just thought I'd share this experience and my thoughts after pretty much a year. I'll make more videos talking about my year in review and how much I've made and stuff like that. But I thought of this today as a video, so here it is. Enjoy.